Kawhi Leonard. I want to start off with him. Kawhi Leonard, you could no doubt say he's top three player right now in the NBA, no doubt. He was incredible in the playoffs. He won his second championship. Kawhi Leonard, just best two-way player I've ever seen, and possibly the best two-way player we'll ever see in the history of the NBA. What you can see from him, he's gonna up his play even more. Once again, I think he's gonna push his hardest this season to show that he will win a third ring with a different team for this season, and that's of course the Clippers. His playmate Paul George, they're gonna be crazy team, defensive juggernaut, and their offense won't be too shabby either because they have Kawhi, then Paul George. They have Lou Will coming off the bench. That's insane. Kawhi Leonard, you can expect the same old usually. Great shooter, one of the best shooters in the league, best offensive player in the league, best defensive player in the league, no doubt the best two-way player in the league, possibly going to become the best player in the league. He probably will keep that comparison going, and he might end up being the best player in the league by the end of this. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting him to become the best player in the league. I'm expecting him to lead his team to a championship and win the finals MVP. I'm also expecting him to win the MVP, the regular season MVP, because that's kind of what's crushing his legacy a little bit right now. I think if he could get a regular season MVP, then that would just improve his overall legacy as a player, and what we'll remember him for. Not just a postseason guy, but also can be a regular season guy, because obviously he's had injury issues. But hopefully he can fix that and just go ahead and just go for regular season MVPs sooner or later. Just play 70 games, get the regular season MVP, just win it that way. But yeah, I'm expecting another ring. I'm expecting a regular season MVP. I'm hoping for a finals MVP as well. I'm just trying to see overall dominance from him, if anything. That's all I want to see this season is overall dominance by Kawhi Leonard. He has nothing to show, really. There's nothing to really showboat about here. Kawhi Leonard just needs to go out there and do his thing like he did last season with the Raptors and just come out and blow the NBA away and take what is his and be that number one player that he needs to be in the NBA. LeBron James. LeBron has a lot to prove. He needs to come out and show that he's more than just an underdog. LeBron needs to show that he's still the best player in the league. I want to see as much as I do out of Kawhi Leonard as LeBron. I want to see a finals MVP and a finals win. I want to see a ring. Same with Kawhi Leonard. Maybe he doesn't have to win a regular season MVP. I understand that he already has more than one. He already has more than Kawhi Leonard. So, doesn't really need a regular season MVP as much as Kawhi would. But a ring and a finals MVP is what I want to see. I want to see him become that second option on the Lakers and move Anthony Davis into that first option for the team so Anthony Davis could thrive on the Lakers and then sooner or later become the franchise player for the Lakers and just be that number one guy for the Lakers for the rest of his career. I want LeBron to become that second option and let the rest of his team flourish. I want him to be the Magic to Kareem. As Kareem was in Magic's first season. Not Magic's whole career, but Magic's first season when Kareem was the first option. I want Anthony Davis to be that first option. So you could expect that to happen. I want LeBron to be the best point guard in that conference. I'm expecting the Lakers to be a top 3 conference team. I'm expecting the Lakers to go to the conference finals. What we expect from LeBron is greatness. And that's all we should ever expect from him. And if he cannot pull the greatness off, then it just wouldn't make sense because all he is greatness. Stephen Curry, expecting him to also win the MVP, regular season MVP. I'm expecting him to be the regular season MVP, no doubt. I think he's my number 1 option, if anything. If I was to choose any regular season MVPs for like top 3, I would say I would go for Curry, Kawhi Leonard, and Giannis. Those would be my top 3 in the MVP voting. I picked Steph. Obviously, KD's gone. Clay's going to be out for a bit. So it's just him and D'Angelo Russell pretty much. And a bunch of other scrubs. I mean, decent players. Yeah, Willie Cauley-Stein, Kevin Looney. But Curry's going to have to drop 30 a game. He's going to average 30 per game. In 2016, he averaged 30 points per game for his MVP season. His unanimous MVP season. He averaged 30.1 points per game. Last year, he had KD on his team. He still averaged 27.3 points per game. So I'm expecting him to average possibly 32 per game on good shooting splits from the field and the three-point line. Obviously, he's going to shoot good from the free throw line. You might see a little bit lower on defense effort from him, but that's all I see. If anything, Curry should be the MVP. If he does not win the MVP, then I'll be surprised. Obviously, Curry, his goal should be to win it all. Obviously, going to the finals and everything, he should still want to win because that's what you are in the NBA. Your goal is to win the finals. It's to win it all. But if there was a true goal to this, I would say his full-on goal should be to win the MVP. If he wants to add anything onto his legacy at all, I would say he needs to win that MVP. That should be his first thought as the MVP. That's what he needs for this season. Because I don't know if he'll win the finals or even get to the conference finals at that. Also, we'll expect Golden State to stay as a top 3 team in the conference. At least top 4. They gotta. At least top 4. Golden State's still a good team, no doubt. I will expect them to be a top 4 team, please. Next up, I got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Expecting him to finally make that push. That one last push that all the great players of the NBA have always made. I expect Giannis to make that final push for the NBA Finals. I expect him to make NBA Finals MVP. If he needs I wouldn't be too focused on regular season MVP as he just won it. It's that last push now for Giannis, and that is to win the ring. It's his time. He needs it. He's almost entering in his prime. His next thing should be NBA championship. That should be the one and only goal for his season, is that ring, that championship. He needs to thrive for it. He needs to go for it. He better win it, no doubt. I'm also expecting him to up his stats again, no doubt. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if his stats did drop a little bit, though. He needs to hold back on the regular season this time. I don't expect the Bucks to be the number 1 seed. I expect them to be the number 2 seed at least. I expect Giannis to take a little bit back and then go full force in the playoffs and then take the Bucks all the way. That's really quick of saying for Giannis, but what else should we expect from him? I expect a ring. Nothing else. I expect greatness from this young man. James Harden. There's so much to expect from him. I think the same thing is every year for me as it is for James Harden. You need to win. Rockets need to be a top 3 seed. You know what? I wouldn't even care if they're a top 4. You could be the 4th seed. I wouldn't care. Rockets, James Harden. You're probably not listening to this. No one's probably listening to this. But I will say right here and now, if anyone is listening, James Harden needs to win the finals. He needs a ring. He will not be ever in the conversation for top 5 shooting guard. Barely top 10 shooting guard of all time. If he does not win a ring. He is Allen Iverson if he does not win a ring. I don't care if he averaged 30 points per game every season. I don't care if he averaged 35 in his regular season. I don't care. Jordan averaged 35. He has 6 rings. Wilt dropped 100 points per game in a game. He dropped 100 points in a game. He averaged 40 per game. Guess what? He still has a ring. He solidified himself as one of the best centers ever. Top 10 center of all time, no doubt. Definitely top 5 center of all time. James Harden, where are you? You finally won your MVP. Where are you? Did anyone check the stats when he versed Golden State in Game 7? Where were you? Where were you? I know where you were. You missed almost 20 shots. Maybe you don't get the full blame for it. Trevor Ariza did go over 12, yeah. You went... you relied a lot on your free throw shooting that game, I will say. You went for... I don't have the stat right now, but, man, you shot terribly. I checked on it last time I was talking to my friend. It was about a week ago. I was like, man, he went like 7 for 22. Hey, he got his 20 free throws, though, right? Congrats. Win the chip. And then I'll put you in my top 10 for shooting guards of all time. Win the ring. I might sound angry at it. That's because he's a good player. But he's not winning it in the playoffs nor the finals. Where are you? You're putting up 35 per game. Where are you? You had a 50-point triple-double. Not last season, but the seasons before that. Where's that player? And now you tag along Westbrook with you? This team should win the chip. If they don't win it, you're not a top 10 shooting guard of all time. You're only a regular season kind of guy. And that's not the kind of shooting guard I want to run with. Last player is Kyrie Irving. Obviously, saw last season just so dysfunctional with the Celtics. What I'm expecting from Kyrie is to not be a full-on leader. KD is going to be the leader. Kyrie, step back, be that second option. Please be that second option. You can be kind of like a leader in the beginning of the season, but that's it. You can be kind of like the second guy, put in a few words, but you're not putting in all the words. No, you're not stepping in as that full-time guy. No, not this time. That's Kevin Durant. I don't care if Kevin Durant's injured. He is the number one guy. He is the guy that we will be looking to. Kyrie, all I'm expecting for you, dude, is to go out there and score. I'm expecting Kyrie at the beginning of the season. Maybe, possibly, it seems like it's going to be the rest of the season as long as KD's out. Should average 28 per game. I want to see him up his averages because there's no reason he shouldn't. Even if the Nets, nothing, no one will care about the Nets. Whether they do good or bad, it doesn't matter because they don't have KD. It won't matter. The blame will not be put on Kyrie either way because he already chose a second option once he went with KD. And it's just not going to matter even if they win or lose. If they win, cool. If they lose, cool. They're not winning the championship either way, no matter if they win or lose. So, Kyrie be that second guy. Don't do too much. Just go out there and score. Put up the numbers that you need to put up for this season. Go to the playoffs. Don't do too much. Wait for that next season and then win the ring. That's the only player predictions I got for the NBA for now. If you guys have any more player predictions you guys want me to do, let me know in the comments below. I'll do some more predictions for any players or what do I want to see from them for this season.